living in Ghana, abroad, a first-timer visiting Ghana, or a company wondering where to get quality service providers in Ghana for any job, then Ejumapa On Demand Services is here to assist you. Ejumapa On Demand Services connect requesters and service providers such as masons, plumbers, electricians, auto repairers, home and office cleaners, trash collectors, rent agents, spa attendants, roofers, beauticians, teachers, CCTV installers, and all artisans on one platform. Yes, one platform. Trust Ejumapa On Demand Services to sort you out any day, anywhere, and at any time. To download the app, please visit the App Store and Play Store or visit our website www.ejumapa.com.
Ubejia di say UK memo. Was shortage of cybersecurity jobs. 96,000 last year. Went me and failing. Memani how Slam Technologies your solution. January 2026 year ba apeye 2 weeks boot camp. Ye be wow. Ye be mouse skills ne be mouse sound or ye be mouse hands on no. Ye be prepare for interview no. Na be boa ame ya feel sa gap no. So when need the IT ho, when need the cyber mo person system with Shebra. Call www.slamllc.com and ask for number see a good screen is say CA let's sign up space near limited yeah London Trinity Baptist Church Free CA let's sign up let's sound shebre say ya sa guy gap ne job shortage no won so obetimi aboa ame afele me hwe wanim sign up CA.
Social live on SVTV Africa. Mo Obia Akwaba. Show me free info, show me free Ghana, show me free worldwide, baby. I'll be UK, baby. I'll show me free piano. Mo Obia Akwaba. Yes, to be live. YouTube channel SVTV Africa. Thank God it's Friday. My main Facebook account on Facebook for us on joining and to see and able streaming live so Facebook so SVTV Africa. I hope so. Obia hoye. Now we say Fridays be a namine Wise Man Solicitors Lawyer Wisdom Akahoye program 5:30 but I need them fan late 6 abo and many Lawyer Wisdom Akahoye but here the ekoso UK in common eba bedi in common eba bedi nya UK into a question be person obisa na ene okache mi se nyame yembisa questions into Shema unue bibi chire wadwen so uhia lawyer we bisa the question ene ye be bie phone line no sa na comment section so no obetimi the questions at all obebie phone line we bisa lawyer ask lawyer then our person obisa then chire wadwen so UK na we he opese otie UK news at the ekoso obetimi afre lawyer wisdom aka wo show no so na we bisa no question the actually wadwen so be obetimi bisa no show so share link ni ma unua bi na unua bi so embe join no ntie de ekoso de bia me ka cha mu say information no very important day in day out UK mrano immigration mrano nim say omo de biba omo se sano sa na den na ekoso ene tie enko na me invite lawyer wisdom akao Wise Man Solicitors na me bisa say lawyer bako there me we pa o de studio light no o ma MCC an Christmas e banti ono o ma na kesu kekegbo kata ni so nyina so na Christmas ni ndu ye lawyer wisdom akao lawyer ene ya babiom ye ready December num enche they feel bebe wie na
yes.
And now Crawford say dying, Bibi or and also befa questions. Among phone bisa questions. That's year neighbor end no. And go for be or and be a man who chiremuni and the information be more lucky. It also won't be so when there.
Me say who ye there?
Me who ye pa o volume no check na o volume no there start here na wo me and wo me ansa na pick it up inti check o mic no ne enhwe bieni nyina na mlaste and some catch us say open mic ni bi si ho connect mic ni bi si wa no yes be ma sound my way laptop mics no there and there some way by so now also will be o so connect na yet kasa ni yi o sound mba yi so pe o sound mba yi nti o there edeja lawyer sound na edeja but still I mean say ebe pick
But mami wa commercial na share sound na.
Sisi aba
Pa.
Sisi aba
Aba sisi a.
Aba. Omote enti for me so bi ate oni.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Who here there?
Lawyer me we pa wezolo. Lawyer so restart the machine and I said minimum the obe check his sound and abra back. So many lawyer wisdom akawo wise man solicitors or question be obe so bisa na comment section obetimi e dey ato ho emre no so a me beto screen so na waken come out. So na me bie phone line na ka che onua bi share link no very important. Share link no o share your YouTube share obetimi a share ma obi e wo WhatsApp so obetimi a share ma obi e wo him family group bia Telegram WhatsApp group WhatsApp friends group bia wo bia share ma obi wo hana okọ ahunchire bi mu ni ade ohia information ohia obi ebisa no yes lawyer wa say obetimi ebisa no to share very important mo am share on Facebook so I know meaning say streaming live on Facebook so nti share nkosto share just share 2 pages can obi su behu no abejoin e bia na nipa ni hia some information bi and ohia say so obisa lawyer bibi no no so hu bi nti share o de share link ni keke o click down or click share no asha 2 page so no bisu ahwebi ai enti mama check say lawyer sound ababaka lawyer I'm so more fix sound man yes magical studio office ho aye deja enti share link ni ma unu bi wo question bia na e be bie phone line no e be bie phone line no number na mfa to screen so na me de to so en France number ni me number ni studio line ni WhatsApp call obetimi afre se okasa wie na e bia save number we de bia me si save number we SVTV Africa studio number save your phone so obese oba me show no so oni mo bi obese oba me show no so be share ni experience whether organ or to kwan be bia wo bia na obetimi eja voice note and as eja WhatsApp message so bia oh me be say me ba o show no so asame no be ba so enti story enti experience enti na e wo femi enti de wo sua enti de wo ye enti de ekoso wo be bia wo bia na obetimi aba show we so bi enti me train lawyer wisdom akao na yeah fire nti mun share link no e ma share ma unu bi ka che unu an say lawyer ba SVTV Africa so na and we be a phone line atum say mun bisa the question because unu say UK mra no yes a man for say yes now also what to be enye no kre bebre wa information enye no kre but lawyer there unu say oka no kre no nti obeka cho say we say enye no kre say nti lawyers no there lawyer kawo de champion man enti mun share link no share ma onu bi se na mesika no wo question bi so a ebia opese o de to comment section wa obetime e de ato ho na we bisa no obeyi wa no sese no first time I hwe ni a ade a for so many years ni ade a ye so first time make sure say obemi adoma no so YouTube no tap subscribe wo videos there you were over 8,000 videos more I can be 10,000 videos. Into videos no there. So I feel when you about SVTV Africa so what also videos no also. Or call a YouTube channel. Or click SVTV Africa. Now search SVTV Africa. Or click videos. Or go through. We won't say videos no also worldwide country bang. Me say apart from North Korea, but maybe a Ghana for will be ano SVTV Africa. Or me say North Korea there. Ghana ni be any. Yeah, no Ghana make Ghana ni apart from that, baby Ghana for piano, and for name it, Hong Kong, China, Malaysia, and for baby Casawa, Argentina, Chile, name it, Mexico. countries were also baby SVTV Africa kasa wo nti also person by show no so bia na nti de ekoso ho a obetimi alenke app nti once I train lawyer wisdom aka o no me hu mo ma join mo ma join ne nti me hu say e mark register Mary Ado, thank you so much. Is it Mary Ado? Mary Adai. Bia, thank you so much for joining. Yaro Zongo, thank you so much for joining. Is it Kuba Valantuma? Hey, tell them you should you. Kuba, it's all joining our class, and I mean you. Over to me, I say hi. Our comment section, I'm about him. I'm all shout outs. Once I'm trying lawyer wisdom, Akaho, Mama joining live on Facebook. In fact, I'll share free. Over to me, Abba. You show no subi. I mean, share. Kofi now. Thank you so much for joining. And I say thank you so much for joining. Richard Sego, big ups to you. Mo share nyina no. Madam I say o share me free fa. Obetimi atype wo ho. Once a train lawyer ba na ya fire me just say lawyer so restarted the machine. Kweku Bonsu, thank you so much for joining. Emmanuel Bright Network, thank you so much for joining. Fred Osei Bonsu, thank you so much. Watching me straight from London. Big shout out to you. Emmanuel says, good evening, DJ Nyame. Good evening to you too. Kweku Bonsu say, Masa. You too, Masa. Wagwan. Masa. Now I say Facebook. Yes, I see you watching me from Facebook. Fred Osei Bonsu say, watching me straight. Okay. So, some of your names, Jaden. It says watching me straight from London. May I say, Abdul Rafik Basit says from Denmark. Thank you so much. So me check is a lawyer here. Lawyer okay with the sound and fire. Me say omo here configuration baby be down. configure things. Papa Arizona. Is it Arizona or Arizona? Arizona, Papa Arizona. Thank you so much. Also, share me from UK, Brighton, UK. Now says she's watching me from Kumasi. Thank you. Answer Tina you when you feel any why. So open say your application, so you're there. Utini, I'll show me videos in Nana, and then I am a preacher Buntias. Me say the Oruba Coachia connection, man. Information in Yago. School formation wo se me de bi mu ya mo then formation be na opɛ ebi mu chirisa ebi mu de on pesa no opɛ obi be ka sweet things adada no do this just ka we say na wa tia ne obeti nka ba utie we mu bia o jot points down you can do everything we be hu ne ekoso ene na ye Ghana for no bebre na re no ye mame ade no so gu online ye mame Yeah, mommy. Yeah, give me the link in the crowd. I want me the link crowd more because still say, yeah, mommy. Or no, I call we school near deal. See, yeah, mommy. No. Anyway, so God First Media. Thank you so much. Good evening, DJ. Good evening to you too. I see the name is Newton. Emmanuel Bright Newton. Mate. Why? So, Mami check is a lawyer wisdom why ready anana fire. Lawyer why ready?
DJ Utenga.
I feel that table intercooler no wabe match table intercooler na sparky. Table intercooler na sparky. First in it dear. Na engine or a go no engine or in a warming high table intercooler
In a Richmond, yeah.
Indian any chue, piano Indian any chue. Lawyer, time in your wabadia. Yanko straight to the matter. Then I cross to UK. What's new? And son, I'm a phone lines. So, I'm on fire ready on person. No, Casanti over to you.
DJ made us say, Tioponso, Ethiopia, Mama Bishop. So, a giddy set will be here. Last weekend to me, because now we had some other commitments, and but this week we are here. Edubiasi, Mama Fisher, Fisher, Sabrina, Nieda Ubia Kumasono, Adomonenti, na Abum Amayen, near Aya Papa via Emram Amayen. DJ, Usha, and then because we can say about how long a bet me at Afro will be ansana, Webenya in the citizenship, oh, Krumha. Now, the changes are Home Office Eddie Airban. Changes are almost the airbus system no more. 1 year careful or be bet now for 40 years or even more on your sitting at our chrome because of the changes are on the airband. And so currently I can say there are different routes and different time period over to me the anya will indefinitely and then subsequently British citizenship will chrome and to me boss briefly. So we'll share the routes now, and then the time you have to be in the UK before you get your indefinite, and then after that, how long it will take you to get your citizenship. So first one is skilled worker route and our skilled worker routings. So CIA can say you should be in the UK for 5 years before you can get settlement in the UK. The time in the UK before settlement is 5 years. And you have to be here continuously for 5 years and sana ubeteme anya indefinite leave to remain. After the indefinite, and one sana ubeye application for your British citizenship 1 year after the indefinite before you can apply to settle here in the UK. Before you can get your citizenship. So first of all, 5 years in the UK continuously as a skilled worker. After that, 1 year on top of that, you get your British citizenship. 5 years indefinite, 1 year on top of that, British citizenship. You apply for it. They are bringing proposals. So far, nothing has changed. The proposals will come. The proposals have started. The consultations have started, but nothing has changed yet. So as we speak, it still remains, we are skilled worker. You still have to be here for 5 years. After 5 years, indefinite, and 1 year on top of the indefinite citizenship. And the 5 years starts counting from the date at which you entered the UK. The date at which you entered the UK. So if you enter the UK as a skilled worker, the 5 years starts from the date you entered, not when the visa was issued to you back in Ghana, but the date you entered the UK. That is when the 5 years starts. You must have knowledge of English language, and that knowledge is determined from the point of entrance. The point of entrance at entry clearance stage. You met the English language requirement at that stage. And life in the UK, you will have to meet that as well. Then we come to Tier 2 Minister of Religion. As for Reverend Ministers, Minister of Religions in other categories, they also have to be in the UK for 5 years. On Sanawanya will indefinite leave to be in the UK. And then after that, it also starts counting from the date of your entry into the UK. And it has to be continuous 5 years in the UK before you can get your indefinite as a minister of religion. After the 5 years, you do 1 year on top of that. That is 6 years. Then you go for your British citizenship. Again, the English is determined at the point of entry. The English knowledge of English language is determined at the point of entry. That is entry clearance. What you use to apply for entry clearance can still be used as a point to prove that you meet the English language requirements. Somebody will ask me, so does it mean that you don't have to do the English language level B1? From what we see, you don't have to do it, but these laws keep changing from time to time. So I would always advise my clients that as long as you are here, you want your English, you want your settlement, please, if you can, just do the English language level B1 for your settlement, and then you can use the same English language for your British citizenship. Settlement can be determined, the English language, your knowledge can be determined from the point of entry. But for you to go for your British citizenship, you would have to do the B1. So why don't you just do it once and for all, so that you can use that to provide or to prove for your indefinite and for your British citizenship as well. And of course, you have to do the life in the UK. The life in the UK is mandatory. You have to do it to be qualified for your settlement and for your British citizenship. The third category of people who have to be in the UK and how long they have to be in the UK, representative of an overseas business. Assuming that you are a representative of an overseas business and the business has an office in the UK and you are their representative, you are also required to be in the UK for 5 years. After the 5 years, you will be eligible for your indefinite leave to remain. And then 1 year on top of that, you will be eligible for your British citizenship if you meet all the other requirements. So that is also a requirement for 5 years. Now, people on global talent, they will have to be here between 3 years to 5 years. And some now from 3 years to 5 years, depending on category also. Also residence has to be continuous. And yes, work what's not outside, no but inside once. As I said, uti ekrumha for continuous period of 3 years and now 5 years. And the English language and also is determined at the point of entry, at entry clearance level. And no, and the actual English language, Global talents. No, global talent, you have to do the English language here in the UK and you have to do the life in the UK as well. Then you will scale up worker. Scale up workers, as I said, Amutina Krum have 5 years. Amunsu, as I said, Amutina have 5 years and Sana Wetmianya will indefinitely live to remain. From a honor, we have innovator founder. Innovator founders, Amunsu is a high category, it's a high threshold category. Amuno as I now for. And 3 years, and Sana, when you're eligible for your British citizenship. So that for your indefinite, for indefinite before British citizenship. Now we have private life adults. Private life adults. Sir, krumha na sir, private life no so as an adult. Bia what na krumha for 20 years. 20 years, and Sana the 2.5 years. Private life. So from 2.5 years to another 2.5 years, plus another 2.5 years, plus another 2.5 years, a total of 10 years. And to Obia Watina for 20 years. I will sign the 10 years route no. Who the 20 no? Who the 10? Edika 20 no. Now I 30 years. 10 plus the 20 years now why the down no. Now we try 30 years. Now, we 30 years, no, that's we obi uji benefits because of the changes at Omudi Airbano. And now you can say, dear, so what you're 20, what you're 10 account. Now, we be okay, wono after the 10 years, Ubanya will indefinitely live to remain. Now, sir, when you're 1 year account, now I a total of 11 years, one sono, Ubetimiaji British citizenship. If, sir, you meet all the other requirements. I don't so idea a war. But assuming say changes ni aba, example, changes naba, na say we obi a woji benefit, wo 10-year road ne so, nanso na woji benefit. Na say almost wa woji benefit for less than 1 year no, ubetina so for 15 years. Wa woji benefit for more than 1 year, ubetina for 20 years. And assuming, just for assumption's sake, what now had 20 years? Why 10 years? No. Okay? 20 years plus 10 years. Nasa will be a woody benefit, and I want you benefit for more than 1 year. Almost 20 years. So it means you have to do another 10 years on top of 10 years now, we try, you know. And sana what me indefinite leave settlement, which is going to make it 40 years for you. And to when you're careful, for 40 years or more. Indefinite so one share unya, and even British citizenship one share unya, because uji benefit neso ente. Niame kan emrane enya maye. Nanso se omudi sa benefit for ni mrane ba. Na se uyobi waji benefit for more than 1 year. Na almost meets the requirements for 20 years. You do 20 years, no? At the 20 years now, we're trying to do our Krumhano. A Cheresobet Nakrumha for 40 years. Indefinite, a better issue. And now British citizenship no, might be issue. So it is possible if the changes do happen and there is no protection for you can be in the UK for 40 years or more and you might never become a British citizen. Or you might be in the UK for even 50 years, you might never become a British citizen if you don't meet the requirements. So that is that. Younger, your private life, no, so parent or partner. Right now, I'm running say, as I said with Nekroma, for 5 years to 10 years. We are partner, not who are sitting and sana. First 2.5 years, mono more 5-year route in so. But I'm sitting and I'm 10-year route in so. So after 5 years, you may get your indefinite, or after 10 years, you may get your indefinite. But again, such changes neighbor. Now yet the benefits are semi every real one. A Cheresa ubet meet Nakroma for another 10 years or more on top of Niawaye Nano. Na unkonya with settlement or unkonya with British citizenship. So it is very important, sir. And now make sure, sir, you don't fall foul of the rules. Because it is very concerning. Very, very concerning. Did you say, I'm with the baby buyer not too long ago? It has to do with good character. Sir, who kromha na who indefinite. Who percent uji u British citizenship. Na uye obi who ni entry. Nim how uba UK ha. Wo sa nipano. Sa usha the guidance note on good character. Say, sa only entry, and now you came here illegally. You have no entry. Ebia ufa Germany in a buyer, ufa Holland in a buyer, ufa France, and I will buy. I would need point of entry. Say, you would never become a British citizen. Ntisanyame wa adom nasa unya will indefinite leave now, and the annual overcrap for the rest of your life until maybe the laws do change. And this you'll be in the UK for God knows how long. I bet me another 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, you would never become a British citizen if you have no entry. You would never become a British citizen. You can be here for 40 years, for 45 years, for 50 years. You would never become a British citizen based on the changes now. In fact, it's in the good character guidance note. And I'm who said decisions affect you be almost say so only entry and sana uba UK ha odi obi krata ene baaye those days. So say won't mean yes, sir. Would it buy 20 years ago, 25 years ago, 30 years ago, not up to a net aye can say, won't need British citizenship. Wo sa nipano, Home Office for say, government ni say, won't me any British citizen because won't need point of entry. Omonim kwaya, ufasu, ediba, UK ha, and to wo sa nipano, you will not become a British citizen. So let's take note of it. Let's take note of this. Now, Amudi consultation link biaba. Amudi link biaba. With regards to changes now, Amudi Bano say you have to contribute. Contribution, your character is part of it. Integration into the society is part of it. Contribution is part of it. Residence is part of it. Character. I must say that this reform system will as now provide for the refusal of applications where core requirements relating to their character, conduct, including criminal record, compliance with immigration requirements, and considerations pertaining to the public good are met. It will be mandatory to meet such requirements, and there will be no ability to trade with other considerations to determine the qualifying period. We will conduct a root and branch review of the criminality thresholds that apply across all immigration routes. Our expectation is that you should be able to settle with you should not be able to settle with criminal record. Revised thresholds will be set out in due course. More criminal record, indefinite. Almost say you may never be able to settle with a criminal record. So please, that is one of the changes. Integration. Almost see the reformed system will ensure that applicants demonstrate meaningful engagement with the British society. Integration. I'm person who said you are fully integrated into the UK system. And then NHS you are truly integrated into the UK system. And then what shows? What contributions have you made? Your English language, your society, and all that. What shows that you are fully integrated into the system? Life in the UK, they look at all of that. And then almost contribution. The reformed system will reward individuals who have made a sustained and measurable economic contribution to the UK on the principle that any accelerated path to settlement should be earned through active participation in the economy. What contribution being a wire? National insurance being a which year, pensions being a which year, and then it shows that you've made any contributions in the UK. So, won't need evidence why any contribution, the application will be refused, or you just have to be here on the 2.5 years, 2.5 years, 2.5 years until that kingdom come. And also, and settlement. Now, residence. Almost the reform system will recognize lawful, continuous residence in the UK. Individuals will not, however, normally qualify on the basis of residence alone. The fact said, what's not for 10 years, for 5 years, for 10 years alone is not a basis for residence, it's not a basis for settlement. Other factors will be taken into account. And yes, what Nakroma for 5 years? Why you Juma for 5 years? You share contributions better why you are Kromha, who are sitting up. Nanso Kratano, won't find ye Juma. Baby dada na would ye Juma no, and one of what was so Eddie ye Juma, but one Kasankasa would any dear, won't find ye Juma, won't your contribution be a shrink, that's away any contribution. Wo san pano. Even those what's that Chrome have for 5 years lawfully, because be a 1 year contribution be and our character and so a questionable nonty. One share will indefinite no. Emfa emma because a non quano and yet a determinative factor. The 5 years or 10 years in quano and yet a factor only on itself for you to get your indefinite leave to remain. To say a sure. Also, the adult qualifying period for settlement will be increased from the current 5 years to 10 years, with exceptions for certain groups of individuals. The adult qualifying period will be increased from 5 years to 10 years, with exception for certain individuals. So say share it's going to change. It is going to change. And please say we are eligible for time as soon as your British passport citizenship. Now udan so memeyo maminyo maminya na maminya. Almost say changes are coming. Changes niba ebekao. So it is better you do it now rather than to wait for you to be caught by the changes that are coming. So almost 70 different rules within the immigration rules, approximately 40 lead to settlement. The rules to settlement fall under one of the broad categories: work, family, etc., etc. So if you're under the family route, it's either say 5-year route niso and now 10-year route niso. Say 10-year route niso. Mesre say ebeya ubet me convert it to the 5-year route niso. Say wonyanye 5 years yet. Convert to the 5 years route. After 5 years, no one will indefinitely to remain. The changes are coming. The changes are not in our favor. The changes are not in your favor, and therefore do whatever you have to do quickly. Now, more asylum protection, so no, dear 5 years. More long residences, so you have to be in the UK for 10 years. More discretionary leave. Ebia we yari binti ena na di asit na namano. Once you would have to be in the UK for 10 years. Domestic abuse no. Ebia example. Uni wiri ena baye. Mobadu we no. You have been subjected to domestic abuse. Obano yo basa. Otimi shu asum. Otimi yo yakayaka de. Uye jumano wajisikaning da. Now, or to make some just to disgrace you in the presence of other people, or to make deny you all that you are entitled to. In other words, you become like a slave to your wife, or vice versa. You become a slave to your husband. He is molesting you. He is maltreating you. He is abusing you. You become a victim of domestic abuse. Domestic abuse. And evidence, no. With that evidence, with the application, people in that category will be entitled to indefinite leave to remain, and that is almost certainly immediate. That is immediate settlement. You don't have to do 5 years and 10 years. You can get your indefinite if you can prove genuine documents say we are a victim of domestic abuse. I am say you are treated domestic abuse that, but mesa per time for now you are treated a biome. What constitutes domestic abuse? Domestic violence can be physical, it can be financial, it can be emotional, I bet me psychological, it can be sexual, and all kinds of things can constitute domestic violence. And if you are a victim of domestic violence and you have the evidence to support it, over to me application that you get your settlement. Now, partners of bereaved partners. Example, when you unfortunately, after 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, he's passed away. And now when we read a buyer, and sadly, the partner has passed away. You are entitled to indefinite leave to remain immediately. You are entitled to immediate settlement. You don't have to be here for 5 years or 10 years, but you are entitled to settlement immediately. Men cancel Bianco Kuni Kunanani Yiro, and no one indefinite will be no. That is not a thing. The law is what we are saying. The law says if you come with your partner and you are bereaved, your partner passes away, you are able to apply for immediate settlement, indefinite leave to remain immediately. Children of settled parents, UK born, resided for 7 years. UK born and resided for 7 years. Immediately, you can also get your settlement. And to we abofra, yawu okrom ha, na wono, what now have for 7 years. Upapa niya sitna, umaminsu niya sitna. Based on the fact, say what now have for 7 years nenti, ubetimiya niya sitna, na what's na krom ha. And your parents, papa, and our mommy, I want you sitting and so, or no, so better application based on Abofrana, what's now for 7 years. So, yes, these are the changes are Epese Amudiba, 5 years, 10 years, and of course, with the new changes they want to introduce, please take notes now, please forward, make sure you follow the due process, and of course, make sure that if you are qualified now, your application is necessary. We are qualified, yeah, necessary because Mbrana Sano are serious, are very, very serious, are very concerning, and who qualifier. So when is Kampua, Kubobisia, Nefaya, Nanya indefinite, and now British citizenship, now you won't efisa adia banamo, and Sana Mekano. DJ, I will leave it here. Now, if you have any questions, I will take it. If there are no questions, I will continue with some other additional changes. But DJ, Mesa can see Biom say. I'm the link biaba. Link na on the abano. A 4. Younger, your person responded to the consultation now on the abano with the regards to changes now on the person with the bano. Consultations on the abano. Consultation now I'm the airbano. I'm the link number and to me send ya my DJ now I post it our platform this so not obia bet me I copy that link now you go online and respond. Catch what I'm saying. Yanga ya wamu down the new law should not affect them because who catch and say yeba na say it's not half for 5 years, sir. You're indefinite. A band sign and I have it's now for 5 years. A fair no, who say it's now for 10 years and say you're indefinite. It's not fair. It's not fair. And therefore, that shouldn't be the case. So please go on the link and put it out there so that let's all respond. Let's all respond. Let's all respond. Let's all respond so that we will have some at least some peace of mind. Yes, sir. Decide yankasa one, it will affect us. Yankasa one, it will affect us. So let me say it again. Let's all go on and respond to the link. DJ me forward the amount to say who call link this one. Go to the bottom part of the link. Immigration. Okay, it says explore the topic. No, that's not what I mean. Let me give you another one, please. Let me give you this new rule air panel so that we can all respond to that link. So the Home Office knows that we are not just props for them to make any changes at any time without end settlement. End settlement. This is it. Okay. So DJ, let me send you the link and then we take it from there. I'm happy to take questions. Whilst I'm sending the link, no, I can take some questions whilst we wait for the link. DJ, thank you. Let me see, copy to DJ Nyame. DJ Nyame, give me 1 minute. Let me send you this to put on the platform. Obia Enkosu, now you please respond to the link. Click here. Some page down to the middle part of that page. Now I say ways to respond. Ways to respond. Click here. No. Click here, ways to respond. It will take you to a screen, and on that screen, there's a box there. You click it. You say, "I'm not a robot." If you say, "I'm not a robot," I bet me I can select all the images of cars. So you select the car. Everything everywhere you see cars, you select images of cars, and then go to verify. Car, verify. Good. We'll call verify. I said continue. Please take the box below. You go there, and then they ask you questions, and you carry on from there. Please, thank you for taking the time to complete this consultation survey. The Home Office is seeking ways to help shape proposed reforms to the UK's immigration settlement policy. These reforms aim to strengthen public confidence in the immigration system by ensuring that settlement is earned through meaningful contributions to the UK's economy and society. This consultation is open to anyone who wishes to share their views, including individuals, organizations, and other stakeholders who may be affected by or have an interest in the proposed changes. The Home Office would also be carrying out separate targeted research during the consultation period to explore potential impacts on those currently on the pathway to settlement. Before completing this survey, we recommend reading the background information provided the consultation page, so which outlines the key proposals behind the reforms. Now, when you go on, you then go to continue. If you have any questions about the consultation, this should be directed towards the settlement consultation and settlement consultation queries at homeoffice.gov.uk. For technical questions about the survey, please contact the Managed Migration Research Team with Earned Settlement Consultation Survey in the subject line at managed_migration_research at homeoffice.gov.uk. For more information about how your data will be used, please refer to the Borders, Immigration and Citizenship Privacy Information. Then you click Next. Then the next is we are unable to connect our service. Please check your internet connection. Okay, that is for me. I think my internet, okay, it's come now. It goes, are you responding to this survey as an individual or as a representative? You click it. So you are responding as an individual. You click to the next stage. What is your current immigration or citizenship status? I am a British. I have settled status. I currently hold a UK visa, work, study, family, or other route. I am currently applying for UK immigration status or awaiting a decision. I have a refugee status or humanitarian protection in the UK. I am an asylum seeker and none of the above. Then you click the next one. What is your age? If you are, is it under 18, 18 to 24, 25 to 34, 35 to 44, 45 and above, 56, 55 and above. So you have to click the correct age. Then you go to the next one. What is your sex? What is your sex? If you're male, you click male. So we are Bema, click male. We are Bar, click female. And now we have other, and we have prefer not to say. Now, almost your gender. Is the gender you identify with the same as the sex registered on you at your birth? As a Bema. Now what click is what changes so your bar? You have to indicate that. Yes, so is the gender you identify with the same as your registered on your birth certificate? Yes. Now, how would you describe your ethnicity? Are you a white, English, Welsh, Scottish, etc.? White, Irish, white, Gypsy or Irish traveler, white, Roma, white, others, goes on mix, multiple, mix, African. Then we go to Asian, black, British, Caribbean or African Caribbean, black, British, Caribbean or African background, black, British, Caribbean or African. You have to take the one. I think the Ghanaians, you would take black, British, black, British, and so we have black, British, Caribbean or African Caribbean, black, British, Caribbean or African background. You click that one. You click the black, British, Caribbean or African. You click that one, and then go to the next one. Go next. You go to where in the UK do you currently live? East of England, Midlands, London, Greater London, Northeast. So you click that step by step until you get to the conclusion stage, and you will be able to put your opinion out there. And who here pass it yebeye? And yes, sir, near omupeno and omudibeye, near omupeno and omudibeye. And to make bomb on the Mekasa Yesremwa, Obia Enco link Nesu, DJ Masani will link no nti Mr. Fatu platform no so na obi a wotie me bia no wotumi a copy na please respond to it. The more responses they get, ye chiro mu say enye fair. Say ye wa war system no mu di down no, yen a ye wa di down no. We say about 5 years e be indefinite. Ye about 10 years e be indefinite. Afi ya ba ye 4 years, ye 3 years. Now we baba sesano e dey 10 years. It's not fair. You can't change the rules during the play. You can't change the rules in the middle of the game, which is not fair. And we have to let them know that it is not fair. Those who are here under the rules should carry on. Those who will come after the rules have changed, that is a different matter altogether. So DJ, Major, I'll leave it here. There's so much to talk about, but I think I'll stop here and take questions so that the next 45 minutes or so, I take questions and we can take it from there. Thank you. Next week we can continue. Laurentia Kwachi Ansong. Hello, sis. How are you? I'm a nurse, but I have already completed 1 year on the care round. What happens now? Will my 5-year period begin from the date I joined the nursing register? Well, yours is right now. They are proposing. When I went through the list of people who are on the skilled worker route. You are a nurse, so you fall within the skilled worker route, so you should carry on with the 5-year route. So nothing has changed. We are waiting for them to come out with their final papers. Now we are at the consultation stage, but as it stands, you are still under the 5-year route. And we share proposals being now almost nurses, doctors, teachers will still be on the 5-year route. So nurses, doctors, teachers, and other people in other categories will fall within the 5 years. So you should still be on the 5-year route. Your question is, would your 5 years start from the date you joined you became a nurse or you joined the nursing route? Well, I would argue that because you were previously on the skilled worker route, there should be some consideration for you. You are a care worker on a skilled worker route, and you are continuing as a nurse on the skilled worker route. I think that should count as continuation of your 5 years and not to start all over again. But again, let us wait to see what the final papers will say after the consultation. Thank you very, very much, sister. Richard Sego. Is the EU extended family visa still working? Example, grandchild dependent on his grandfather. Yes, Richard, the EU extended family visa is still working. It's called EUSS, family permit. It is still working. A grandchild is not an extended family member. A grandchild is a family member. A child. So the EU national's child is a family member. The EU national's grandchild is a family member. The EU national's great-grandchild is a family member. Extended family members are uncles, aunties, brothers, sisters, cousins. They are all extended family members. But children, wife, husband, grandchildren are all family members. So yes, it is still working. Thank you very much. Hello. Good day to you too. My brother, call your office regarding you pre-settled and your brother able to call them. They still say in processing. Almost 1 year now is, what do I do? Okay. Now, yes, there is a lot of delay with some applications at the Home Office with regards to the EU nationals. I did somebody's own for her. Not even 3 months. I said 2 months. We got it yesterday. We did another person's own 3 months. The Home Office called and returned the passport to him. The decision came. Another person's own 4 months. So we have 3 months, we have 4 months, we have 5 months, people's own 6 months. I also know somebody's own that has been there for over 1 year. The Home Office says they are doing their checks. Whenever you call them, they tell you they don't need anything. They don't need anything. The caseworker is reviewing the case. The caseworker is doing their own checks. The checks they are doing, they won't tell us. When we ask them to tell us, they cannot disclose to us the checks they are doing. So we are just waiting. So yes, what I can suggest is this. I once called the Home Office with regards to somebody's application that took a very long time. The application took about, let's say, 8 months or so. So I called the Home Office, and the Home Office for any catch them is said. Home Office papa ni catch them is said. I check. Nanso se bibi potin bi wo honti na esese nipa ni tu kwan a bia obi afimu wo Ghana esese oko eyie anansa obi nti apo na esese okoko hwe na se medisa evidence di fi Ghana eba ombehwe application ntam Home Office ni ne ka sa kire me se me nka me client ni sa se bibi sa wo ho a ene omfambra na omunhwe na application ni mano enti wo a wode na kodi 1 year wo ho no se bibisa e wo ho a mesro se fabre yen na yen fankoma Home Office se obi nti apo obi efimu ese okoyie ana wedding bi ana bibi potin bi wo ho na se eno nti na se otu kwan a obetimi dia bre yen na e dia ma Home Office na omo ahwe application no e dia ma wontam but menim se ebi etimi echepa. Unfortunately they wouldn't tell us why. But it is true that some do take some time. Thank you. Please, can you repeat the refugee route for us? Those on straight 5 years, what are the changes after they finish the 5 years? As we speak right now, I see those on the refugee route in Usuno, they are still protection, asylum protection, still 5 years. Asylum protection, still 5 years. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. It still shows 5 years for those on the asylum and then humanitarian protection and so on. You are still on the 5-year route. Kofi, thank you very, very much. Thank you. Any DJ? I've answered Kofi. All right, thank you. I think I'll take some questions now for the next 30 minutes, 35 minutes. If there are some questions, I can respond.
And I say, okay, about website, I think some of the two screens. So, Masandi are two websites now. .gov we now can say omunko fele for petition so then.
Consultation. Home Office. On say Chrome Hano, some person may be beer. Omodi tuja. Na omama amount for account margin. Udrin Hussein. Say 5 years, Ediko 10 years. Udrin Hussein. Say Yanka Hushia, Omodi Bako 10 years. Mikai in 2012, na Omopesa Omodi Sikano spouse application Ediko 18,600. Omodi links bis esa ebaye. Ye kan radio so mummy and confilio yemoyenyo yanye Ghana for yanye and Omodi 18,600 ebaye. And no Omodi ako 29,000 pounds. Se say no so consultation na Omodi apano. Omo my chance say yenka nientia ensese Omodi changes the paper and na yemo hun ya dream. Say yanya they will bring the changes. They will bring it 5 years to 10 years, or even 15 years, or even 20 years for different categories of people. And until let's go online, let's respond. Yebeka say yebeye. Now see eba. Then we will be the same people complaining. Hey, we are complaining, but your mom will chance this set you responding. You never responded. So if they bring the changes, we should not complain if we don't respond. They have given us a chance to let them know our opinion. Please go out there and do it. We have 616,000 skilled workers in the UK. 616,000 skilled workers in the UK with their family members. If even this 616,000 people should respond, that is a huge number. But DJ, you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. Not even 1,000 may respond. Meanwhile, the changes would affect us. The changes would affect us. Now, so affect the area that we are complaining. All you need is about 5 to 10 minutes to just complete this Yeah, I'm on beside with ding, I'm on beside with email, I'm on beside with telephone number, I'm on beside with she, and to one men's set, who can be beer, yeah, debate affect to applicate, and I bet track you up, maybe I want nothing like that. In fact, no biancosu, a concoyenia, as I said, yeah, and yeah. Thank you very, very much, DJ.
Okay, yeah, maybe a phone line, no. A quick one, lawyer on chain, two will be your person will be sanabia, went me and type a friend and I will be san, I'll be me a friend, number no screen is on the +233 240 with me a friend lawyer. WhatsApp call, a quick one, it will be your person will be sa lawyer, I'll be to be san, but me who one question be our lawyer say we.
Those on 5-year spouse route. Those on the 5-year spouse route, again, almost say those who are married to British citizens, and I believe those who are married to settled persons, they will still remain on the 5 years route. So they have not had, there is no change to their route as we speak. They will still remain on the 5-year route. So thank you. DJ.
I'm Sir Menya Kola Bako. Hello. Lawyer, hold on, I'm in connecting. Hello, Batoti Enka.
Metemonka.
Okay, lawyer, tell why.
Me question is chiamunya. The question is me de me abapum habe 1 year. Na me ma wo Ghana. Na me ma me na me hwe. Me na like so responsibility hwe mo ye bia. Na me wo indefinite. Based on that now, make me the polana ba based on seminar me hwe mo no manya me catch bia. Because mo PPR school me na me new communicate every time. I'm just saying who is a lawyer. Make me so na me o manya me
okay.
Pacho, I'm friend mame owo krom ha na.
O krom ha. O krom ha na me ofa krom ha be 1 year.
Enti above wo indefinite and amu mame so 2.5 years sa na tie.
2.5. Me pa try. Then kola me na me sure mo bia o school mo bia. Aso responsible.
I'm friend ye wo ne mame ne ma.
Okay. No, I am in any ma. Yeah.
You woni how cry. Mame ma 2 options. Me pacho mo friend o ma di mfie san.
Me patch 10 years, 5 years, and 12 years.
That's it. Now, upaya, and now you can say, I wait my application amawum. You don't have to show so responsibility because I'm friend you no need for so responsibility. Say you won't na upesa ukofa womu eba mame any kromu ha. Honuna. Paragraph 297, everybody now so responsibility. But because mame wo krom hante, mame ne won attente, you don't have to show so responsibility. Yedi ebema emofrano. Yedi bema no maba. But yebeba wom near mame one enye nia wo one na yedi bema yebema near mame e one 2.5 years na mame one and no na yedi bema wom. Ubeboka pa. Ubetra home office fee about £1,990. Ubetra IHS about 3,200, and you are unam almost £5,200 for one child. That is about £15,000. Of course, that is £10,000. Now, so of course, 12, 10, and 5. That's 3 kids. Over say about £15,000 at least. Now so utwain na se mame no nso enya indefinite leave to remain, and the children are still under 18. Muyema womu a yebema omo nyina indefinite leave to enter. Pachoti hoyo se mame nso nya indefinite. Wonso wanya indefinite. Na se muyema mofra na yebema omo nyina indefinite. But se uye ne se say mame 2.5 years no. Ombema emofrani 2.5 years to say omo mame not to say wono enti papa de ho hwe se de hina obepese obeye either £15,000 or you wait until the mother gets indefinite and then you do it together for the children to come, but they must be under 18 years. Thank you so much. DJ MSA Olan article.
Me pick another call. Say, who say course na yana na miss call nti. Me who say be o frɛ me na katia me frɛ back. Me who say be mu frɛ banti. Maybe I one line penny use to frɛ na katia me frɛ back. Me frɛ so no afa ne ntem why no lawyer we be sana quick. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, lawyer Theo.
Oh, you're from Marcel.
Also,
DJ know it.
also hope say only lawyer kasa na.
Bashwan DJ.
Lawyer Theo.
Lawyer, me a question. You know me busa a question about EU extended family, no. Na me busa say EU for one bit me aye and I say one na kura British citizenship so ubit me aye bi ana.
Okay.
Anna one other question. So uba o apply passport amano na embaye so and mama we interview. Why interview no best 2 weeks in embaye. And also bibi o how bit me aya answer na ba na say you just have to wait. Because the interview was say they are no coffee but yes you buso mo question mo say still no just a train Emma Denaba.
Okay.
We busa say and also you bibi o how bit me aya na.
Okay. Obey you one why.
Right, DJ.
Once why your British passport ama abofrano. Megin say ono na why amano. Meka say mon chain kopim timer the British passport ni ba na mudi na ako. It's easier. It's easier because mudi ni kosi say na passport ni ba. You cannot post a passport. You cannot post the passport across borders, and also you cannot have that passport on you when you are traveling. Ubani, we agree. Chain say passport niba na mudi abofrano ediako. The other question is say you're asking you for any pet and a betimi ayama omo grandkids and extended and British national betimi ama ne dependent and unfortunately the British law is not very friendly when it comes to this extended family stuff, and say no and yet possible in this case. There are some exceptions. There are some exemptions. I will give you an example. Uko paragraph 297. Na wo kromha, wo a relative back in Ghana, and in a situation very dire, abofra, and you can prove that it is in the best interest of the child to come to the UK. It is possible. I'm a family and it's been successful, but you need to prove a lot of stuff to show, sir, first of all, you are related, and secondly, it is in the best interest of the child, sir, Obekromha. EU is more straightforward. UK law, it is quite difficult. British citizens is quite difficult. So yes, we need to sit down and assess everything before you determine whether to go ahead or not. So that is my answer to you. Thank you.
Okay, all right. So, bet me a quick pick about 2 or 3 calls. We will share live. So be a lawyer question me. Na man the whole screen. So no bet me a friend na. We be send a plus 233-240-677-898. Be question be a. So be sano. We UK in common AD. So be a untiase ana bibi chiro wadwen. So be sana. Bet me be sano. And yes, be pon we answer na. Kring. Until bet me a friend. Quick na we bisa lawyer wisdom aka wise man solicitors obi a MPK 1 or 2 3 calls bi na yen sign us so question bi opeso bisa bit me bisa no intentem na so comment section so I think say lawyer now can web we .gov site now the same and that's so no I think said that a YouTube page ne comment section da ho and Facebook so da ho nti click so a obetimi enya ne straight nti obetimi a click so. Hello.
.gov site now they say
Me ba to mute TV no why volume no low no kakra na bisa lawyer question why.
Pacho you.
Lawyer tell you ma wakwa ba bisa no.
Lawyer, good evening.
Good evening.
Pacho, my question is say who krom hana o kobe 19 years na o shell unyama nso ya. Kwan be na obetumi afa so. Enti enwa na ye question.
Okay.
Who about now?
Pacho say.
Also oba.
Me waba but onu de or the COS na area mu.
As a seven train, when you're 19 years, I train not 1 year and better so, not a year 20 years. Understand why you're under appendix private life. Train 1 year better so, not a year 20 years, and send why application. We have BBC, I'm a refuse say why.
I think say lawyer will drop it, but or better the okay no. Ubetimi aka ne biom say or drop it, so ubetimi aka ne.
What now have for 19 years, sir? Na uni abofra akoda oye under 18 years. Abofra na tina kuma for 7 years, and now yes citizen. And you make us a train. Na ye 1 year so 19 so. Na enye 20. Ucha 20 na. Ubetimi application na ya mawasit na. Uko ye bibi se sia. Amba refuse. Amba juice kanedi kwa. Omo just can you na so 20 now. I feel now sanko another application. To make us a train kakra. 20 no my application. Thank you so much.
Hello. Good evening, lawyer.
Yeah. Good evening, DJ Nyame.
Yeah, lawyer.
Yeah, that was the what my lawyer mpacho me wa question. Me ba ne father EU settled. And I may apply for British passport the man. But buy the question is makes me apply EU settlement at the amana and secondly no me dane so say ma apply for parents route and omo de amame and me enti no say me de ne ko EU does it mean say me free ne so na say I don't seem to understand it because the British passport no omni my interview there's a month in here. May busa last this week ma may email omo chat here. But almost say examine and no still or examine to no more time kakra. But na ka person ka yet me ko brunye na person kede ne ko me ko DBS January February and san aba but then by into I am torn between say menye EU settlement and famana na that's it.
Okay, lawyer be you no. Okay, lawyer, obetimi
Response, but maybe I meant to cover every aspect. In that case, obetimi have frame maybe from Monday, then I can explain it more to you. Number one, we settlement ne man ansana wukwa kwaji British citizenship na amana and it can no problem at all. We are settled, never quite settled. Nenka we are settlement ema abofana and then can no problem. But once why an application for the British citizenship, that is higher than settlement. Citizenship is higher than settlement. In this case, you can still do the application for settlement, but very likely say the Home Office will come back and say, we note that you have applied for the British passport for the child and therefore you may not be eligible for settlement. That is a possibility. And now they may just issue the settlement without any questions or queries. So my advice is you don't spend any money doing the settlement. You can go ahead and do it. They may grant it. They may not grant it because the British passport application is pending. I would say give them a couple of weeks. Of course, Bronyan is too close. And now we are settlement in the money immediately. And Jamaica said, give them a couple of weeks, wait for the British passport to come, and then you can travel with a child. If after 2 weeks or so, Maya, you may put in for the citizenship, but you may put in for the settlement, but you can't be too sure whether it will be granted or not. Now, we get settlement application now. Questions be say, do you currently have an application pending with the Home Office? If you tick yes, they will go and cross-check and see what application is there. So that is what you have to bear in mind before you make an application. And you can't tick no. If you tick no and they check and they realize that you have an application with the passport office, etc., that means you've not been honest with them. You've been dishonest. You don't want to do that. 2 weeks, give it to them. Let them get back to you with a decision. Thank you very much. But you can call me again if you need more explanation to this one. Thank you.
Okay, lawyer to you.
Lawyer Pacho, good evening.
Good evening, my bro.
Lawyer Pacho, na bi bisa say unse nhihye fofo na omode aba no. Me no sisi ano me yere ye EU no kra Italian passport. But sanso kita hanom indefinite. Nti na me bisa say me sa no maware no new way na be come ya na say bia me comfort. Although sisi ano be 5-year route no so there to settlement no. But na me pese me hu say bia mrafo for na banana say na be ka ya ya wari EU for genuinely omo indefinite to krom ha na.
Okay.
EU for family members, British citizens, mono. There's no change to yours, so you still carry on under the EU route 5 years or so. There will be no change to yours. Why? Because after Brexit, UK, any EU, a lot of consultations and back and forth and back and forth. So in the withdrawal agreement, about said EU nationals and their family members in the UK will be operating under a certain rule, EU settlement scheme rules. So under the withdrawal agreement, the Home Office cannot go back and change those things, or the government cannot go back and change those issues, points agreed upon. Now, remember, British citizens who other countries, UK for instance, almost okay, British for one before you get your settlement, you have to be here for 20 years and 30 years. And the EU for your family members, you are protected, you are still under the 5-year route, so you are not affected. Thank you. Can an EU citizen staying in the UK marry someone who came as a dependent to a skilled worker but has been divorced? Yes, of course, they can marry. Marriage is marriage. Nobody can tell you not to marry if there is a genuine relationship going on. Yes, they can marry. Somebody came as a dependent on a skilled worker and the relationship is broken, they are divorced, they form another relationship, genuine relationship. Of course, they can marry. But remember, they will use the UK laws, not the EU laws. They'll use the UK law in deciding the application. UK law, not the EU law in determining the application. Why? Why? Because they look at the date of the marriage. If the people were married before Brexit, they will use the EU law. If you marry after Brexit, they use the UK law. And of course, from this question, obviously, it comes to light that the marriage will be now onwards, which is way, way after Brexit. Therefore, they will use the UK law to determine the application. When did you meet? Where? When did the relationship start? When did you decide to marry? When did you move in together? Do you have £29,000? Do you have the English language requirements? Do you have a tenancy agreement, accommodation, and all of that? Can you meet all of this? If you can meet all of this, then yes, you can go ahead with the application to be in the UK as a partner of an EU national, but they will use the UK laws in making that decision. Thank you.
Okay, caller, lawyer, you now say top up people so be sani bibi intiwe.
Aha, lawyer, Patrona Bibisa said, me name me no, me buy us almost free Brexit in the one sana meba. Into the me buy under the UK law no. Into them bisa say still kana me buy sana almost free one sana meba no. So new changes never no 10 years or whatever never affecting me now. Even though me is still under the 5-year route, me were indefinite sans Italian passport. But I'm free mu and sana me meba. Because about 2024.
It's been a woman marriage certificate, no sir.
Yeah, we're already 2023.
Very good. That is why they put you on the UK law. So you, as it stands right now, almost see those who are married to British citizens and I believe to settled persons, you will still carry on with the 5-year route. No, so not the 10 years I'm proposing. You should still be another 5 years, but we are waiting for the details to come. They have clearly stated citizens or people married to British citizens, 5 years. They haven't mentioned settled status holders, but I believe it will apply. The same rule will apply to people who are married to settled persons and people who are married to British citizens. Persons should have the same rule applying to them. So you should be on the 5-year route. So you should be on the 5 years, not 10 years.
Okay, lawyer, tell why.
Okay. Right, lawyer, good evening.
Evening, bro.
Wait there, maybe some of you are or the COS, skilled worker visa, and been a bit rem. Now, oba with a dependent, but to say no, montematite, and only obi ako. And nipa na only no way and a crab British citizenship into a man a balance so and your book ni be. Now, opeso be success, say no, and into only the partner intermatite, no bet him this citizenship na ne bananya no ono so dey apply nya bi na afen so nya bi obetimi da kofa obi ana.
Yes, obetimi afa ne bane so na odi anya na sit na 2.5 years. Yes, it's possible 100% because or you're a parent of a British citizen child and to obetimi afa ne bane so na ono so anya na sit na. The second part of the question is obetimi aware na afa obi abana. No, a hono de enye possible. So train copim time obenya ne indefinite leave to remain. And sana obetimi afa obi aba to the UK. Just onyani indefinite and sana obetimi akoware obi aba. Obetimi aware but wontimi fane ma until se obenya ne indefinite. Yes, thank you. Then we have Abdul Rafiq Basit. I have a friend in the UK whose sponsorship license has been revoked. The employers told them that they have contacted lawyers to fast track things, so employees shouldn't worry. Per your perspective, what do you think? If the sponsorship license has been revoked, are the employers challenging the revocation in court? I want to know. If they are challenging the revocation in court, then it is possible that what the employer told them is okay. Because there is one I am dealing with, the sponsorship license was revoked. The employer is challenging that decision in court. So the Home Office told them that they will remain here legally up until they receive another email from another department from the Home Office. And it's been some time now. So, Omoya appealer, and near Home Office for near the sponsor nakana should be fine. So, Omonya appeal. Nasa Omonya bibiansu from Home Office set on sponsorship license are revoking among 60 days, then they should still keep waiting. But Omonsa aka letter from the Home Office that they have only 60 days to switch or to leave the UK, I would say they should start looking for something immediately. They should not wait for the 60 days to elapse. So I don't know what exactly the employer is basing their assurance on. Fast track things, which way have they made a new application for sponsorship to the Home Office? I don't know. I need a little more information. I'll be able to help you as to what to do or what your friend should do. Hi, Ibrahim Munkaila. My Home Office detained me. Home Office detained me before with issue with the authority to detain. Can I sue them for compensation? Compensation for what? They detain you before with issue me with the authority to detain, but it's not very clear. Please, can you give me a little more information, please? If they detain you unlawfully, then yes, you have a point. But if you had a valid visa and they detain you wrongfully, that is a different issue. But if they detained you and then you didn't have a right to be in the UK, and then they detained you before later they gave you the paperwork confirming your detention, then you don't have a case because you are not here in the UK legally. If you're not here legally, they can detain you and even prepare you to take you out of the UK. So let me have a little more information, and I think I'll be able to direct or redirect my response to your question. Thank you so much. DJ,
all right.
Thank you.
Wisdom Akao, I think for now, no, I want answer questions.
Thank you very much.
So, so answer. Me say questions so far answer. Lawyer, better say lawyer Wisdom Akao, and then the abegu nyame adoma next week Friday. You bet you also 5:30 to 7. Enti mo amowo mo pese mo contact lawyer bi an phone number. Phone numbers na screen so Wiseman Solicitors office number, any mobile number, obetimi save and a screenshot to lawyer. You better say my office location, Dawson Junction, near the Ensign House. Better say lawyer.
And your Wiseman Solicitors, it's here for you do be say one with questions by your one with Thank you all. We are grateful. It's school, it's education. We are educating each other, and I think we are learning a lot from this. So let's keep coming to school. Let's keep learning. More questions, feel free. Put it on board. Let's discuss it. If you know something which you think is the law, you can post it. We can all discuss it. We redirect, we go forward. We learn new everything every day. Every day something is changing in this country. Every day something is changing. EU laws, the EU that is settled, the UK laws, the policy guidance, everything is changing every time. So please feel free. This is free school. We're all learning. So at least we all advancing in our understanding of what things are in this country. Next week, I'm going to bring down to you the changes, the proposals. A lot of pages have been put out there. I'll go into details and I'll point a few things. And DJ, there is a problem we are facing now. An idea Airbus to say, near who say, Obi Bisami about Mami Bia, and a sister Bia, person of a banner or your British citizen, soup, not what they are sitting. We are getting some responses from the Home Office. I am say omo doubt say emofrano or a British citizen or your papa ni ba ampa ana anti nanse ni omo ye ni say omo de questions any interview requests eba say the parents should attend interview ma meno any abofrani papa they should attend interview. Why application or normal invite me for interview? My advice is this: seek legal advice before you do your application, because your first application you invite a bin for interview. Omo extension and so you invite a bin for interview. A idea almost start yes say and next week nyame adumwa meto me boase na maka ne koso na maka nso say invite you for interview the likely questions are bisa na wahyehyɛ wo nneɛma yie ansa na wakɔ so that you could bisa wa bibia sisi so pepepepepe na amfa problem bia nso amfa amrɛ mo and DJ
ya okay nyina me ye DNA course we then
na
I'm
asam
interview no question me ba na me ye DNA kwa case be na we
DNA kwa na asam e na asam kɔ but suspicion na omu one is say bia na DJ Nyame ena di ni den akotu akosia so akosia enye DJ Nyame ba na DJ Nyame British and our indefinite Emilia afanyensan Emilia afanyensan no DJ Nyame ni den akotu Emilia bani so say ono ne abofra ne papa abofra so ye friend akosia and the akosia banya British passport and the home office for say ye person say ampa DJ Nyame ono ne abofra ne papa ankasa ana ansa na ye British passport na edi ema no se yesi bra interview ye bisa say papa wu hia ne he wonso wu hia ne ewo shopping mall na papa no so de bi mi hia no wo bar stop just a mu answers no anti chese de bi enye DJ Nyame wu si we abofra ne papa enye wo ne abofra ne papa anti passport na di ma abofra enka ensese ye di ma no and ye beji the British passport no e dia finisam e ya dia ya no edi eba within the last 2-3 weeks DJ the invitation for interview bana eba me yonko bi or Birmingham or framing or a lawyer or said wisdom what is going on invite nana invite clients now wakobe so ewo South London or framing wisdom and then of course me say enye wo nkwa ebi ewo Tottenham they are just calling say what is going on they are inviting one for interview because almost suspect to say papa na ne dinda abofra ne so no enye no I need the biological father say ayo no a ubetimi e DNA odi akọ asem e di nasem kọ but enye no a yesim nko e DNA abaka say na like me ye DNA one ko ye DNA nso a on refuse the application now which is a wrong move but that is what profwe yeah nti so bia hihye ne nyama ye ansana ye the application akọ DJ enye easy enye better nti
when we have papa movement no
and see a wise man solicitors you want number 18 to 22 Ashwin Street 8 to 9 the Print House telephone number is 0208 01 mama one you because maybe 0208 0165 384 0208 0165 384 and any office number no mobile number 07931 411042 it was finished so 07931 411042 office number no and I media to journal the telephone number again is on the screen address near 18 to 22 Ashwin Street 8 to 9 the Print House E8 3DL London Dalston postcode near E8 3DL your Dalston Junction beside close to the Dalston Market behind the McDonald's close to the church there's a church here a church which is just opposite your building uba your best show your GD set bibia beko ye but niama kano DJ next week you become one some na sa nia wo kano DJ you become one some
lawyer wisdom akao hey this man he did form keke Mr. ya o me land no so akate me o de bibi fra be show crab phone number so pen was lawyer me da say lawyer wisdom akao wise man solicitors me da say nyame aduma next week e be kasa mon contact the number na o screen so no every Fridays we am in from 5:30 to 7 me da na say Madam, I hope someone soon be if you make just high soon information is very important. Obi wa we want you. Obi kono say yes, obi say yes say. Obeti ni asi akodi disika. Obeti ni asi akọ bounce no. Obeti ni asi on pay from. Just odi esanya open na obeya wo de tie ade no na tie ase. We free o ma we for see on no cross bisa the question. Umpe we na pay o see bisa the question. Maybe a phone line must be a question. Anyway, Madam, I some share FM DJ Nyame, Madam Production Team as DJ Clectina. Na hima. First of all, me show no subi. Me na mess the good screen so no subi. Me WhatsApp and I say your voice note. +23324479090 and I say +2332406778898. Shamu Kruma, simple. Kase two. My class no. Hey, my class for you. My shout out. Laurentia, thank you so much, Laurentia Kwache and Song. Thank you so much for joining. Salome Kwe, big ups to you. Thanksgiving, may I say, so joining here. Augustine, may I say, so joining here. Priscilla, may I say. Ibrahim Mukaila, thank you so much. Abdul Rafik, thank you so much. Is it Mel V? Mel V. Okay, thank you so much for joining. Amos Ado. Amos Ado, thank you so much for joining. Chef Ahmed, thank you so much. So joining class now. Kofi now, thank you so much. Yaro Zongo, big up to you, Yaro Zongo. Richard Sego, thank you so much. Class Mamo joining. Emmanuel Bright Newton, thank you so much for joining. Over correct me say Newton. Nana say thank you so much for joining. Jaden, thank you so much for joining. Karin A. Kara, thank you so much for joining. Papa Arizona, thank you so much. Okay, so Munina Nobel, thank you so much for joining. Fred Osebonsu, thank you so much. Kweku Bonsu, tell me that say. Kuba, thank you so much for joining. Mary Adai, dear, thank you so much. Madam, I say more joining the class and then Madam, I say some SVTV Africa. Yamiaduma, Muncha videos so call a YouTube page. More videos there, interviews be a me every enra near there, especially a branch about qua. You can sa oh Russia, because joining Russia army or say because of Sikanintia $10,000. And then the Casano will make it point or say Obi they was spending $10,000 in the about Russia army. Or was spending 100,000 Ghana cedis about joining Russia army. Obi do only a money 10,000. Let me say on team female. So I spending 100,000 about $10,000. You know, 114,000. I say union fast of 114,000. You go die. Surviving it be small. See now the MO 1 month. You have 1 month, 2 weeks training. You go die. I'm that than Crawford. Most of this can out chances. Me the day be Uncle for but say, oh, Yami, you show away, you be call away on your intending kind 3 months, 6 months, you're intending kind way day. You die. 1 being be at your and I'm with pra. Do on Africa. Oh, man, out beginning Russia, a basso, Monka, social media, we did it in where them day. They quiet. They die. Plenty die. I'm gonna survive it. Few. I don't know. Any family me no ko. O de ofia say. I'm discanning that say o kwakoku. Yes, say boy ne can baby. Mo am share video le mo go share. O can baby or say. Omo use strategy say oh ejuma bi apply security job bi apply wo Russia. Army recruitment now. Okay, mungo share interview mungo YouTube. Na mun follow ya mun subscribe to your channel. But I say share mo kroma ka say tua.
Hi there. My name is Calipos, the only boss with one S. Happy new month to all of you. Welcome to a month of new possibilities. Do you know why life has been made so easy? It's because of TapTapSend. People, TapTapSend is here to make your life easy if you want to transfer money to Ghana, if you want to transfer from USA, if you want to transfer from UK, Europe, Canada, a lot of places all to Ghana. And guess what? When it comes to Ghana, there's no e-levy charge. So, what are you waiting for? Download TapTapSend on Google Play Store and App Store and be ready for exciting offers coming your way each time, every time on TapTapSend.
TapTapSend. Send more, spend less.